if you'll just kind of audio, okay?
Okay, yeah. Well, my name is Praveen Mishra. I'm a laboratory director at Intermodern Precision Genomics. And so we have a schematic here, which basically represents the whole process that goes on in the Intermodern Precision Genomics laboratory. So what you see in the first frame here is, normal cells, which are in the blue here, and the abnormal cells, which are dark here, dark color. So abnormal cells here represents a cancerous cell, whereas another blue cells are normal cells, basically. So what happens is, due to extrinsic or intrinsic factors, in our body gets exposed to certain factors which may introduce mutation in our normal cells, and then normal cells may start behaving in an abnormal way. And instead of dividing in a normal way, they will now divide like crazy, right? So they will divide independently and without any structure, or not in a non-structured way, right? So what we do here in the genomics laboratory is, we get either tissue chunk or a slide which has both tumor cell and non-tumor cell. So what we do is we selectively pick these tumor cells, and what we do is we extract DNA from those tumor cells, which is what you see in this frame. So as you can see, what this represents is a extracted genetic material, which is a chromosome, and then that is again basically it's the DNA is wrapped around the chromosome, right, in a structured fashion, and that's what you see here. So what our goal here after isolation of cell and extraction of DNA is to identify if a person's cell or tissue chunk has harbored any mutation or not, right? That's what we do here. So this DNA represent that now we are working on, we are extracted DNA. Now what we will do is, after extracting DNA, our goal is to identify those faulty DNA, basically, or a mutation, right? So using sequencing technology, sequencing itself, it means that whether your sequence is properly aligned or not, right? And because of this extrinsic or intrinsic factor, if it got abrupted or a mutation was harbored, that's what we need to identify at this step. So that's what sequencing does. It just basically identifies if there is any mutation or not. So as you can see here, if we for example, if we were able to pick some mutation here, what we will do is, our next goal is to basically, okay, so now that we know that there's a mutation, now our goal is to take that mutation and match any drug basically against it. So we know that that mutation downstream will cause a lot of problem, which basically is what this patient is facing right now. But what we do is we have this internal molecular tumor board, right? So what molecular tumor board does is basically it's a group of scientists, geneticists, radiologists. They sit together and they decide, okay, this mutation is let's say BRAF V600E, right? And it's basically usually in colon cancer or in melanoma. There's a drug available to that, and this person will specifically get drug for that specific mutation which was harbored in his tumor. So this is really a personalized treatment for this for any cancer patients. So and then this basically represent the drug is basically targeting that particular mutation, and downstream that may kill the cell, cancerous cells, and that person will have a really less or no side effect because of that. And so this is truly, in a sense, is a customized and personalized treatment for cancer patient.
What drives you to work in the field of cancer?
Oh, I'm good to go? Okay, sorry. So yeah, well, I started a while back. When I was in a master's program, I went to see, this was a cancer hospital. So I went to see, how the whole hospital system works, and just for my dissertation. And what I saw is, suffering of parent, suffering of family itself. And they were like, this was a cancer hospital that I went into. And my purpose was just to prepare a report and come back. But then when I went there, I saw these people were suffering a lot, and I was like, within an hour, I was in tears, and I said, okay, gosh, doesn't matter where I go in my life, and I need to do something in cancer field. I need to contribute. And I think a few years after, my cousin's sister, she basically died of pancreatic cancer, and that basically made me, think that, okay, well, when that happens, something like that happens in your family, you realize that, okay, we need to do something, and why this is happening to our family, and why this is happening to us, right? So I realized that, I think I should contribute in cancer, and I started, and that's why I finished my PhD in oncology and molecular medicine, and yeah, that's why I'm here.
And then just one more question for you. How is IPG extending the life of stage 4 cancer patients?
Well, as I have explained to you, that this is at late stage or terminal cancer patients. Once they know that they have a cancer. Well, first of all, let me back up. A lot of patients, when they are diagnosed with the results which suggest that they have a late stage cancer, right? And at that point, cancer has already metastasized to their vital organs. So, and they are already at a crucial stage of their life where they have no other option. So what IPG does is provides that, really crucial information for them, which will help to extend their life. So we have had a patient who was doctor says that now you just have a 3 months of 3 months of period to live, and but we had a drug which basically helped him without any side effect, and that person lived actually almost a year, and he was able to see their kids' graduation and other stuff that we all human enjoy. So I think IPG is contributing in a many ways and helping late stage cancer patients who have no other option or no other place to go. So.
What do you see the future of genomics? Where is it going?
Well, future of genomics is beyond anybody's imagination, because as we are talking, that people are working on different technologies. So a different technology, like for example, right now we work on a tumor biopsy, right? The next big revolution would be just identifying cancer from your blood. So not even patient will not go through that biopsy, like a painful biopsy where you have to inject and get the biopsy from lung, for example. That may dismantle lung altogether. That patient may die. So the next wave is in this genomics era is circulating cell-free DNA. What that means is we can basically draw blood from patient without doing biopsy and identify what type of cancer this person has, or we can monitor his cancer without having him go through CT scan or any other scanning, which itself has its own side effects and also limitation. So I think the big revolution in genomics is we will be able to do cool stuff like cfDNA. Where we can just draw blood and tell what cancer type you have or what stage of cancer, or any other predictions, basically survival prediction, like how long this person will survive, stuff like that, and what proper medication we can provide it to this person. So n number of implications are there as far as technology, genomics technology is concerned. Technology itself, for example, this machine that you saw, sequencer, was started with $250,000 price tag, but now it dropped to $150,000 or $180,000. So this technology is kind of, the cost is plummeting basically, and so the more data we are generating, more people we can help. So I think this is the right time, and the future is really bright. Yeah.
Where do you get your satisfaction in your job?
Where I get at my satisfaction? Well, when I provide right, basically drug to my patient, that's where I feel like, okay, I did my job, and I can sleep well.
Are there failures in genomics? Are there setbacks? What would they be?
Well, failures, I wouldn't say failures. There are times when we see sample type which are received are not properly made or not properly delivered to us. And that basically delays delays the process, the whole process, and that basically delays the what drug this patient should have or what drug this patient shouldn't have. I think that's the only I wouldn't say failure for us. I think that's just the system-wide that we need to work together to improve that, how we can work on and provide a proper sample at the first place so that we can provide a result in expedite manner.
Have you ever been able not to find a drug that will take care of the cancer?
Well, that hasn't happened yet. We already, these late-stage cancer patients, they always have mutations that are harbored there in their tumor chunk, basically. And we always had some mutation to act upon. So, and sometime it does happen that patient doesn't have actionable, which is basically actionable mutation, which is basically a mutation that can be targeted. But they always have some mutation that can be discussed. Yeah. Great.
Cool. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.